Hello, I'm Chris Bottger and welcome back to another album review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 1967 debut of folk singer-songwriter Arlo Guthrie. This is his album, Alice's Restaurant. Now, I'm going to break this album down song by song before finally giving my thoughts and ranking the album as a whole later on in the video, so I would like to encourage you to watch the whole thing. I usually have something more to say here at the beginning, but this album is pretty self-explanatory, so without further ado, let's hop into it. The main draw of this album is, of course, Alice's Restaurant Massacree, which takes up the entirety of side 1 of the LP. This is a comedy/story song that is long and slow-paced, delivered in a dry and conversational manner. Throughout the song, there are a lot of twists and turns, all delivered in a snarky, deadpan way. I'm not going to recount the full plot of the song here, as that would be much less effective than telling you to actually just go listen to the full song. Still, to give a short recap, the song tells a fictionalized account of something that really happened to Arlo Guthrie on Thanksgiving Day. The song is a commentary on society's double standards on morality, as well as a critique of the Vietnam War draft. While the song's drawn-out delivery makes it almost seem more like a comedy monologue than a song, it does feature acoustic guitar playing throughout, as well as a proper chorus. Alice's Restaurant Massacre is a well-rounded performance of overall, straying back and forth over the blurred line of media categorization. Due to the song's nature of relying on twists in the story, as well as its 18-minute length, it doesn't lend itself all that well to frequently listens. That said, the humor is well done and there's a lot of truth in the song's satire that still holds up today. Alice's Restaurant Massacre is a good song to put on every now and then, especially around Thanksgiving. Chilling of the Evening is a song that is one of those Stand By Me style love songs where the singer appeals to his love to stay by him in hard times. In this one, the singer wants the woman to, quote, take him from the chilling of the evening, which seems to be an awfully metaphor for loneliness. The musicianship here is pretty standard folk rock, but there's a pretty prominent synthesizer that adds to the backing, giving it a bit more flavor than it would otherwise. Ring-Around-A-Rosy Rag is a show tune-styled song with a ragtime piano, ukulele, and castanets. It's a funny little ditty about a silly dance that is apparently illegal, and you can get arrested for doing it in public. There's not anything all that deep or meaningful here, but the song does follow up on the themes of Alice's Restaurant with a commentary on policing, innocuous behavior, and double-sided morality. Still, Ring-Around-A-Rosy Rag isn't nearly as funny or meaningful as the title track, and as such feels more like a cheap follow-up than a successful attempt at commentary. Now and Then is a love song to sunlight. A solid and novel theme to write a song around, and a theme carried out successfully by Arlo Guthrie. The lyrics are simple, but they work well, very peaceful and upbeat in an Orphy way. The instrumentation here is too dependent on synthesizer flourishes. Not only does this clash with Now and Then's natural theme, but the overuse of early 60s sounding synth has dated what should have been a timeless acoustic song. I'm Going Home follows up on similar themes. This is another song with a natural theme and is about the passage of all things with time. The song compares the life of a man to things such as the passing of a day, erosion of mountains, and the growth and death of leaves on a tree. I like the backing of this song as well, being mostly guitar-driven and not overly dominated by keyboards. We've seen better songs in the same theme, and in the same style too, but I'm Going Home is a solid and pleasing, if nondescript, track on the album. The Motorcycle song is a song where the singer says that all he wants to do is ride his motorcycle. There's also a mild anti-war undercurrent to one of the verses, but otherwise it's a pretty straightforward song. I like the harmonica on this song, and the engine revving up at the end and taking off is a nice touch. Kinda helps to complete the song's whole atmosphere, if you ask me. Highway in the Wind is about a man who is wandering around and urges a woman to keep loving him as he comes and goes. Highway in the Wind is quite similar to Chilling in the Evening, in a way, being the singer's appeal to women to stay with him. Highway in the Wind also boasts what is probably the best vocal from Arlo Guthrie on this album. Arlo isn't quite in his vocal prime on this album, but this song does make a case for him to be considered on par with his contemporaries when it comes to the delivery of his lyrics. Overall, Highway in the Wind is one of the most complete-sounding songs on the album, avoiding some of the other tracks' pitfalls and featuring a good lead vocal. It's a pretty solid way to close the album, and I feel the song's theme of a wanderer is a good way to remind us that while the album is over, Arlo Guthrie will wander back for more songs later. Alright, that's it for the song-by-song breakdown. So now I will remind you that if you like this style of album review, to please like this video by hitting the thumbs up button below, hit the subscribe button, and consider watching some of my other videos, as these things help me out a lot. Now, let's look at my final scores of the songs. I give Alice's Restaurant Massacree 8 out of 10. Chilling of the Evening 7 out of 10. Ring-Around-A-Rosy Rag 6 out of 10. Now and Then 7 out of 10. I'm Going Home 7 out of 10. The Motorcycle Song 7 out of 10. Highway in the Wind 7 out of 10. So in the end, Alice's Restaurant comes out as a good, but not great, debut album. The genre-bending, humorous yet thoughtful title track is the only thing here that can be considered revolutionary, and the rest of the songs were good, but nothing mind-blowing. Credit where credit is due, however. Arlo Guthrie has managed to balance this album out pretty well, despite the initial impression of a one-sided album. Alice's Restaurant Massacree is better than anything on side 2 for sure, but the second half of the album is nonetheless a good collection of several songs. On Alice's Restaurant, Arlo Guthrie has done nothing more or less than lay a solid foundation for a steady career. He doesn't play all his chords up front and leaves plenty of room to grow on later releases. As such, I would give Alice's Restaurant a 7 out of 10 on the strength of the title track as well as the consistency of the rest of the songs. Alright, and before we go, as always, I do want to look at the album sleeve. So, here's the sleeve. You've got this very nice photo of Arlo on the cover. He's like at a Thanksgiving table, and he's got his hat, and he's shirtless for some reason. Pretty nice photo. It does match the content of the song decently well. And of course you've got big, bold text up here. And on the back you've got a bunch of liner notes that describe, Arlo and his career and the making of the album. So that's pretty nice, I guess. But overall, that's really it. There's nothing too stellar about the packaging here, but still, it's pretty nice for what it is. This front cover is suddenly very iconic, and that's it for today's video. So, if you all enjoyed watching this video, I would like to urge you to please like and subscribe, as that helps me out a great deal, once again. And once again, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you in the next video.